Hello YouTube, it's Jim Chapman. I'm the American Airgun Hunter. I'm back up for spring in Minnesota. I've been down in Texas on a hunt. It was after some hogs, and the gun I took along was my Brocock Commander 25 caliber. I'll tell you a little bit about that gun later on. I had a really good hunt. It was a fun trip. It started off with a long drive. It's about 15-16 hours to drive from here down to the ranch I was hunting. And as usual, I have a memory foam mattress in the back of my Bronco, and I got about 2/3 of the way down. I crawled into the back and slept for a few hours, then continued on my way. Got there the next day about midday and was ready to hunt, fully rested and ready to go. So come along, it was a great trip, and take a look at what happened.
I started off checking the zero on my rifle, with howling winds as usual. At 45 yards, accuracy was dead on. At 60 yards, the wind was more of an issue, but the gun was still spot on. With that done, I headed for a blind. It was set up on a crossroad between the bottoms and fields. I had two Tactacam 5.0s with me. The wide angle was mounted on a clamp facing outwards, and the FTS mount on my scope. For the first hour, nothing was moving. Then I spotted motion. It turned out to be a Rio Grande turkey feeding on corn that had been laid down on the road as the truck departed. These birds are beautiful. Scrub rats, but no pigs yet. I put on some camo and mask, and I've got a camo net in front of me. Just try to blend in because this is right on ground level. It was dusk when a sounder of pigs came in. I was nervous because my GoPros do not handle low light conditions well. But the Tactacams managed just fine. I didn't even have them optimized for low light. After the shot, I walked out to check the pig. and dragged him back towards the blind. This is the one you saw right at dusk. I took it with my Brocock Commander, 25 caliber, headshot, dumped it on the spot. Love this gun. I'm using the new Leapers scope. This is the Integrix scope. This is their high-end, I mean, it's a high-end, beautiful scope. I love it. And I got the Tactacam on for the first time, and I am hoping we see some beautiful images out of it. It was at dusk. You know, the GoPros they use, they fall apart in low light, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one performed. But anyway, the gun, the scope, the camera, they all did a job. Nice little pig, about 80 pounds, 70, 80 pounds. We're going to skin it up. I'm going to keep the back quarters and back straps on this. The Brocock Commander is a really lightweight hunting gun. It's a full-size rifle, so it's got a longer barrel, but it's really compact. There's nothing to the gun that you don't need. It's a bottle-forward design, has a collapsible AR-type stock, pistol grip, very ergonomic gun to shoot. Comes up quickly to the shoulder, it's comfortable. I can shoot it standing offhand, I can shoot it rested on my knee, off sticks. Any way I want to shoot in the field, I'm able to do. The gun weighs in at about 7.1, 7.2 pounds, somewhere right around there. It's 39.5 inches length overall, with a 22-inch barrel. The gun's a side lever action, really ergonomic, smooth side lever, has a nice tactile cocking handle to it. Trigger is great, like on most Brocock guns. It's especially since the relationship with Daystate over the last several years, their guns have just really come up in quality. They've always been great small guns, but could be a little rough around the edges, but since the merger with Daystate, they're really refined. They're a great shooting tool. The rifle has a 480 cc air bottle up front, and it's good for about 50 full power shots with the gun. And the gun's putting out about 40 to 50 foot-pounds. The pellets that I was using for this hunt, I've been using on small game, I've been using JSB Hades pellets, but because I was going to take headshots on pigs and they have a notoriously thick skull, I wanted to have a more solid projectile, and I used standard JSB 25.39 grain pellets.
The rifle is regulated. It uses Brocock's humor regulator system, and it's really consistent, and the results are really just outstanding. I can't believe we're actually getting some sun. I'm getting blinded now with the water off the lake. And the gun utilizes a magazine that's actuated as you cock the side lever, auto-indexed, and it's a 10-shot magazine. Again, very reliable. I haven't had any problems at all with it. It's been reliable, fed reliably since the day I got it. Anyway, this gun really did a job for me out on the hunt. So as you saw, on this outing, I'll do some of my hunts from a blind. I'll do some of them stalking. I'll do some setting up ambush. So I'll show a lot of different ways to hunt. This one I used a blind. It was an intersection of dirt roads where a lot of pigs traveled from the river bottom over to the fields to feed. And I sat there and waited, and nothing really happened till right around dusk, and the pigs came down. I was using the new Leapers Integrix scope, which is just outstanding glass out of Leapers. I love this scope. One of the best scopes I've ever used. I like the glass quality, the low light characteristics, and the reticle are all just superb. I just can't say enough about it. I like it a lot. And I was using the Tactacam cameras and with it, and this was a big test for me because I've been using all types of GoPros, like I'm shooting this on right now, in different mounts. I used the side shot, I used the Eagle Vision mounts, and they could be spectacular at the right times, but when things started moving, the GoPros, it's not those mounts, it's the GoPro itself, took a lot of fiddling, and it's notoriously bad in low light. So I was real nervous. I was using this Tactacam. It was getting dark. Typically I knew that I wouldn't get anything using my GoPros, so I was really anxious, but it actually came out really well for the conditions I was using it under. So you'll see that the pig got into about 45 yards or so. There were a group of them coming down. Picked one out that was looking right at me, and I dropped the pellet right on his head, and he just rolled over. So as you see, everything worked for me. The equipment all was fine. The gun was great. The performance was outstanding. The quality of the scope and the camera in those low light conditions were good, and had a really good hunt with it. So as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, a like, share it. Please share it. That helps a lot to get my traffic up and help me to keep on producing these videos. I appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time around.